Hi guys, thanks for joining me. You may recall from my previous video that I'd built this USS Lexington 1700 scale Meng kit, and that basically showed you it constructed as Meng would have you do it, as a snap fit build. And at the end of that I said that I would try and paint it up. I didn't think the colours were quite right that Meng had finished the items in, and that I would paint it up and show you it as if it was a normal kit. So this is the end result. No real issues, as you saw, as I say in the previous video, it's a snap fit build. That was part of the problem once you add paint. Either the recessed areas have got two layers of paint on them, so the pins, the locating pins won't fit in, or the locating pins have got paint on them, and vice versa. So you do have to be careful if you're going to paint the kit up, as opposed to leaving it in the colours that they produce it in. So I'll just run through what I did. So this, the whole section here, lower hull, that's just sprayed in Games Workshop Mephiston red. Then the deck is, that's Vallejo's dark sea blue. It's their Model Air, so it's quite thin, and I just put that on there as well. This upper structure is just the primer colour that I primed the whole kit in, which is Humbrol's grey primer, and it's just darkened a bit because I did obviously put a coat of clear on it to give it a glossy finish, because I wanted to do a wash on this. The midsection of the hull, that's painted in AK's French blue, and then the screws here are just finished in some Games Workshop paints, Retributor armour, and just to highlight it a bit. I tried to dry brush the mesh across the top here. The deck is slightly highlighted with a dry brush of Games Workshop's Regal Blue. So quite a nice kit to build. As I say, once the paint was added to the parts, it's a bit of a struggle to get things to snap fit together. They provide quite a few planes that you can put on the kit. Unfortunately, the roundels for the kit are stickers, they're not decals, and the tail ones are just, well, I think they're pretty useless, to be honest. They were much bigger than the actual tail section, and you know, the red and white stripes. So I just didn't put them on. I don't know whether you can tell, I'll just move the camera around a bit so you can see that I did actually do a wash on this. So there, I don't know whether you can make out the portholes and whatever, and there's a bit of streaking, and that was more of a pin wash rather than a sludge wash. I didn't want to darken the upper section of the hull anymore, and I didn't fancy cleaning it all off, so I just went in with a very fine brush excuse me, and just picked out the portholes and various things, and then went with a Q-tip and just deliberately streaked it down. So I would remove most of it, but I would leave some behind, so you've got the actual streaking going down the hull, just to give the impression of weathering. I didn't do so much on the upper structure. You can kind of make it out round here where it's slightly darker. I didn't put any of the aerials on here because it is practically snap fit still. I didn't think that the upper structure was strong enough to take any tension from the cables, and that's why I've left it at that. So there we go, the finished item for my first entry into the Lady Lex group build. thank you to those who supported me during this, and thank you for those who left comments saying that they were looking forward to seeing this actually finished with the planes on, and the lifeboats are actually in the recessed areas within the hull as well. And you may have just kind of caught them. You can perhaps just see them under there. They're all in there as well now. So as I say, thanks ever so much for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll catch up with you soon.